Hey everybody, it's Pauline from Chronically Spicy, and I am everybody's favorite allergy nightmare. Um, oh my God, I don't even know how to start this one. Um, so 17 years ago, I was diagnosed without me asking for this patch test, for this allergy test, mind you, okay, because I wouldn't have known to ask for it. My daughter was 10 months old. I had spent the first year of her life covered head to toe in hives, weepy rashes that like healed and like skin sloughed off and um, dried with my leggings stuck to them. So every time I got undressed, I literally felt like a burn victim, like having my dressings changed. Um, in and out of every time I took a shower, I was losing clumps and clumps of hair. Um, I was nearly bald by the time she was 10 months old. Uh, it was really traumatic. And looking back, I know that there were two causes. One, my MCAS was triggered during the pregnancy, okay? Two, I was being prescribed medications to treat the condition, my allergy, um, with things I was allergic to, which I actually found um, in one of the medical sources that I found, it actually stated that many patients with allergy to ethylene diamine tetrachloride um, end up worse because their doctors don't know to read for cross reactivity, and then they prescribe things that are allergic to, um, which is why I advocate so passionately for you to be able to learn how to do the research, find the research, ask me to help you find the research. I'm willing. I will work privately with people or in small groups, um, but I'm not here to give you the medical advice. I'm here just to help you take the advice, the research that we find to your doctors. And I've had a few people mention, uh, I would say, trigger words that made me go, "You allergic to ethylene chloride?" And they were like, "What's that?" And I was like, "Yeah, I didn't know either." Um, until the allergists in Detroit were like, "We want to bring in all of your beauty products and hair products and skincare products. And we're going to look through all of them, figure out the things that cross, the things that we need to test you for, and we're going to put together a little panel for you, skin prick test, and we're going to see what hits and what doesn't, because something's going on, right?" And I'm like, well, obviously, by the time she was 10 months old, I had lost almost all the hair in back. My hair in back was like super short fro length, and I had just enough hair on each side to pull my hair back into like this tiny, tiny, tiny little baby bun. Um, and it's never gone back since to normal sense. Now, we are talking specifically because I have a ton of allergies, a ton of chronic illnesses, and I have an autoimmune condition that still isn't being treated because the compounding pharmacist had to had to do some research to figure out how she can create a safe formulation of of one of these medications for me from this specific class of medications, which I will get into in a minute here. Um, Basically, I found out today that the only antihistamine I can take is Benadryl, diphenhydramine. I can't take anything else. I am quite literally allergic for one reason or another to every single other type, and I can only take one kind of diphenhydramine. And that's not the kind that a lot of doctors like prescribing, depending on what state you're in. In Georgia, even though it's not a controlled medication, they treated it like you walking into your doctor's office asking for a prescription for a stimulant medication for Adderall, or walking into a freaking coffee shop and asking for like a quadruple shot of espresso and a Trenta iced coffee would have raised less eyebrows than the type of diphenhydramine I'm on. The urgent cares wouldn't prescribe it, or treat you with it. The hospitals would not prescribe it. Um, Basically, you got made to feel like you were doing something wrong. And I'm over here going, okay, y'all realize I'm on this stuff because I'm allergic to everything else, right? Didn't matter. All right. So let's get into this. First, we're going to read. This is essentially when I was diagnosed with this allergy. I knew I hit positive on at least one or two things because, yeah, I'm hypermobile and I can actually get like right here, right in between my shoulder blades, which is exactly where they put that patch. But my husband had me put my hand back there and then like made them move it like just slightly down so I could touch it, but I couldn't like because it had to stay on for 5 days. And I wanted to claw my skin off. I wanted to find a tree in the woods and do that like bear thing and just like because it was miserable. Found out why when I got the results. Okay, so are you on YouTube yet? Did you follow me on YouTube? And tap the screen, and we need some apples. Okay, let's go. All right, I'm talking my TikTok fan people. All right, so let's get to the first one: ethylene dihydrochloride allergy, and why this is an important allergy to know about. I have a theory on ethylene dihydrochloride allergy and how it's connected. I think it's connected more to latex allergy. I will spoiler. One second. There is a small spoiler here in that there is a connection to latex allergy. Okay. I think it goes further than that, and I will have to explain that as we go, because and I will include that in the ethylene dihydrochloride allergy and latex allergy playlists. I have playlists on YouTube. So there you go. All right. Now, let's get ready to go here. All right. So, if you're watching on YouTube, you can actually follow along with what I am sharing. I will make sure to go back in and add the actual source links for some reason, and it's probably because I'm using the free version of this streaming service. Because I'm not paying for the membership. I can't do that until after right now. And that's the other reason I have to go live on YouTube, because you have to actually have a membership in order to, pre-record videos and post them as you feel like it. But the best part, or the cool part, is that, as opposed to TikTok, you get to, your videos or your lives get to stay up for, I think, 30 or 60 days or something like that. On YouTube, you post them, they become part of your library after the live stream is ended. So, like, there's your bonus right there. All right. So, I will tell you that the article I am reading from is from the Contact Dermatitis Institute. And this is essentially this. I got a version of this when I was diagnosed. All right. 1 second. I'm pulling this out because I have more information. Because I'm right here. Yeah. All right. We're going to start with the information on the Contact Dermatitis Institute. And I'm probably going to break this up into smaller chunks because that makes it easier for people to process. And then I can put things together later for a long form video for those who, choose to hang out and watch the full thing. Ethylene dihydrochloride. I will preface this by saying I believe ethylene dihydrochloride is the insulin resistance to type 2 diabetes in America. Let that sink in while I read. All right. Your patch test results indicate that you have a contact allergy to ethylenediamine dihydrochloride. The contact allergy may cause your skin to react when it's exposed to the substance, although it may take several days for the symptoms to appear. Typical symptoms, which include redness, swelling, itching, and fluid-filled blisters. One second. One second. All right. First, I'm going to break in and I'm going to tell you I no longer believe that this allergy is just a contact allergy, because if it was, I would only react to this allergen when I actually, contact allergy. You have to have, you're wearing gloves, you're exposed to a medication that's like a skin ointment, things like that, right? I have reactions to this allergen when I ingest medications made with them. I've reacted to this allergen, for a variety of reasons, and yeah, some of them are are like definitely like, yeah, that was skin contact. But if my daughter takes hydroxyzine, or I don't put gloves on to open the bottle, I will have a reaction on my skin. If I am prescribed hydroxyzine, also known as, I think, Atarax, it'll take 3 or 4 days, but I will end up with a hellfire rash on my rib cage, essentially. It's usually where it happens, where I can't wear a bra for a week. I've got 36, I've got 38 double Ds. That you can't play that off with, like, a hoodie out in public. So I couldn't leave my house for a week when that happened. So back to the article. All right. Okay, so where is ethylenediamine dihydrochloride found? Ethylenediamine dihydrochloride, I can spell it. Ethylenediamine dihydrochloride is a substance that is used to manufacture various medications and industrial compounds. The most common source of allergic reaction to ethylenediamine dihydrochloride is contact with a topical antifungal, antibacterial, and cortisone skin cream mixtures, especially those containing nystatin. It is rarely found in cosmetics and in toiletries. Ethylenediamines are one structural class of antihistamines and was used previously as a stabilizing component in topical medicaments such as Mycolog cream. It is not used as frequently in topical skin products today. I might beg to differ, but we'll keep going. And it is not found in Mycolog 2 cream, although it may still be found in some generic nystatin triamcinolone creams, because you are allergic to ethylenediamine dihydrochloride. So this is the sheet that the doctors are going to hand you if you pop positive on the patch test for this, which I believe is the only way you can actually get this test confirmed. And I wouldn't recommend doing it. I wouldn't do it myself. Unless I had like very good reason, or my doctors had very good reason to suspect that this was a potential, like, you need to get this looked at just in case. We need to rule it out just in case. All right. It is not used as frequently in topical skincare products today, and it is not found in Mycolog 2 cream, although it may still be found in some generic nystatin triamcinolone. I said that because you are allergic to this allergen trigger, ethylenediamine dihydrochloride, you may have a general skin reaction to antihistamine drugs used in the treatment of asthma, hay fever, motion sickness, and hives. Let that sink in. A variety of industrial products, such as epoxy resins, think those make it mini kits that Jean's always talking about, getting your gel nails done. If the person who's putting the stuff on you is wearing protective gear like gloves and a mask, and it's not 2020 and we're not all locked in our apartments, why are they wearing a mask so that they don't, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I eventually wanted to stop getting them done because it was making me worse. A variety of industrial products, so also in coolant oils, fungicides, all dyes. I can't dye my hair, not even with henna. As I get older, I might be able to use coffee, but like, you know, we used to use like Kool-Aid packets when we were kids for like highlights. But I I have not found one option for dye. It's also an insecticides, which is great when you're like a walking mosquito magnet and you can't put anything on. And synthetic waxes may also contain this chemical. Pay attention if you have latex allergy. Pay attention if you're allergic to dyes. Pay attention if you've had reactions to medications such as asthma inhalers, hydroxyzine, antipsychotics, antihistamines. Um, it's in a lot of stuff. This is just the first one we're going to go over. How can you avoid contact with ethylene dichloride? Avoid products that list any of the following names in the ingredients. I'm going to tell you right now, if you have this allergy, if you suspect this allergy, if you are diagnosed with this allergy, you're going to either want to have this tab like saved so that you can access it on your phone immediately, because your doctors aren't going to catch the cross reactants, the medications you can't take, and the pharmacists are going to miss it quite often also. That happened to me too. I'll share that story in just a minute. The products or the following names are the ones that you have to avoid for ethylenediamine. 1-2-diaminoethane dihydrochloride, CASRN 333-18-6. The fact that I can pronounce all of this isn't a good thing, okay? Like the average person shouldn't be because I need to know all of these things to keep myself alive, all right? And I'll explain that in a minute too. What are some products that may contain ethylenediamine dihydrochloride? All of them. Okay, anyway, 1, accelerator in color development baths in photography. Are you a photographer? Have you ever had an issue with the accelerator in color development baths? Do you wear nitrile gloves to protect your skin while you're doing this? Please tell me it's not latex, not latex gloves, please. Please tap the screen. See, look. Super easy. Thanks. Cool. All right. Anti-motion sickness meds. This is going to be a hard one. Antivert, Bomine, Dramamine 2, Meclizine, Piperazine, diphenhydramine, Dramamine. It's diphenhydramate, which is Dramamine, right? Which is an ethanolamine and is a safe alternative for motion sickness. So out of the list that's here, Antivert, Bomine, Dramamine 2, and Meclizine, which is a pyrazine in the piperazine class, those are not safe for ethylene dichloride allergy. However, they do list that that demonhydrinate Dramamine is an ethylamine that is safe for motion sickness for people with this allergy. Okay, antipsychotics are also a cross reactor. Clozapine, flufenazine, olanzapine, and perfenazine are all off the list if you have ethylenediamine dichloride. Binders for printing inks, bleach activators, coolant oils, tap the screen, curing agents in epoxy resins, and coatings. Again, this is why Make It Mini kits I don't think should be in like the hands of children and hobbyists, because I think that there's a really, really big implication for future problems. And I will get into that in a future video. Electrophoretic gels, electroplating. This is why I can only wear sterling silver, stainless steel, and platinum. I cannot wear anything that's been electroplated. That includes white gold. Other items to avoid: fuel additives and corrosion inhibitors. Insecticides. Not kidding. Not kidding. My tongue's going dry. Lubricants and waxes. So think medical lubricants and waxes, okay? We'll do a quick here. I had an upper endoscopy done about 6 years ago because they were trying to figure out why I kept on having like this food stuck feeling. I could breathe. My airway did not feel like I didn't feel like there was like airway blockage, or my throat swelled to a tiny point enough where it just felt like I could feel like the entire path that the capsule, the Benadryl, or whatever I took, like I could feel it. I could tell you exactly where it was in my digestive system. And that's not normal. That's not normal. So they wanted to do an upper endoscopy on me to see if I had some kind of, I think, some kind of like what was triggering that, what was going on, essentially. Okay. And I said multiple times I'm allergic to ethylene dimethyl chloride. I'm allergic to latex. Apparently, it only seems to be the people with the incredibly rare allergens that are actually doing the cross-reactant list breakdown. I don't just look at, let's do this here, for example. Pepsid, right? It's an H2 blocker for people with mast cell activation syndrome. Okay. I literally have to look at actual ingredients, which include famotidine, 10 milligrams, calcium carbonate, 800 milligrams, and magnesium hydroxide, 165. So I have to look at all of those and break them down and make sure that those are safe for me. Then I have to open up and go to inactive ingredients, which is on here somewhere. Inactive ingredients, cellular. Pardon my throat. I've been having anaphylactic reactions all freaking day. Cellulose acetate, cornstarch, cross-povidone, D&C red number 7, calcium lake, dextrose excipient, FD&C blue number 1 aluminum lake, FD&C red number 40 aluminum lake, flavors, gum arabic, hydroxypropyl cellulose, hypermellose, lactose monohydrate, magnesium stearate, maltodextrin, and mineral oil, modified starch, and sucralose. All right, I would have to do some checking on some of these to verify, but I can tell you right now that based on that list that we were looking at, I already can't. There's multiple dyes listed in this, so that would make this a no. Number 2, whenever they say flavors or natural flavors on a product, that's something that every single food allergic or MCAS person needs to watch out for, because according to the FDA, um, there's a lot of leeway under what can be considered flavors or natural flavors. And sometimes those natural flavors are chemically, manufactured like in factories. So we'll get into that like a different time. Um, Gum arabic can be an issue for people with latex allergy because, quite honestly, if you break it down, the rubber stuff that comes out of the latex allergy, I call it the latex allergy tree, out of the latex rubber.
I mean, like, you're not wrong. It's just not.
Yeah, so gum arabic can be an issue for some people. Hydroxypurple cellulose, I'm not sure. Magnesium stearate is a potential coconut allergy cross, so that one you need to watch out for too. And if you're allergic to latex, or have a cross-reactive or independent allergy to corn, cornstarch is like the second ingredient in this thing, and we've got sugar, dextrose, like thrown all over the place. And mineral oil, I don't know. Like, I need to know. I need to see the mineral oil bottle to know if this is something I can do. She can take these. I take them. I take them. I will say I have taken them when I have been able to find my prescription bottle, which is dye free. But I shouldn't be doing that. Should not highly recommend. You follow what your doctor prescribes, and you don't just like, hey, look, I got the OTC version this time. Maybe no. For some people, for some of us, right? Okay, so let's go back over here and let's continue on the list. All right. All right, so let me see. What are we looking at? I want to make sure that this is proper. Here we go. There, now I'm in the corner. Woohoo. Okay. I exist. Okay. So anyway, continuing the list. We have metal binding agents known as chelators. Pay attention to that one. Okay. I can tell you right now that's why I can't take any iron supplements. I've not found one that is not chelated. It's also on something else that I have to get into in a minute that I can't take. All right. It's also in oral, intravenous, or intramuscular medications. Not all, some. So make sure you talk to your doctor. But it's an aminosyphilin. What? It's an aminosyphilin, an oral and IV form of theophylline. It's in cyclozone, myrazine. It's in hydroxyzine, atarax, or Vistaril. That one I know it cannot be compounded. It cannot be because it's structurally part of the medication. My daughter's been on it since she was 2, and she's fine. I take it, and I am disappointed in all of my life's decisions. Okay. Hey, April Viola. It is also in. So remember, oral, intravenous, or intramuscular medications. Okay, we got down to hydroxyzine. It's in antihistamines classified as ethylonidamines or piperazines. Remember piperazines. Remember that. Remember piperazines. Okay. It's in bucladine-S, X. It's in cetirizine, Zyrtec. It's in it's in chlorocyclazine, Mantidil. It's in profloperazine. It's in it's in thiofixine. It's in Zyzel. It's in promethazine hydrochloride HQ, Phenergan. I know that one because my doctor, my pharmacist in Georgia, accidentally sent me home with a box of Phenergan one time, and because I get my diphenhydramine has to be intramuscular. It's the only kind that's safe for me to take. Guess what happened? Let's just say it was like injecting liquid like the lava wasn't coming out of the volcano. It was being like, put back in milliliter by milliliter into the actual volcano. The volcano was like, no, I'm done with that. Boop. It's also in tryptolamine PVZ. It's in bless you. It's in. Don't do that while I'm trying to pronunciate words and not accidentally like Spanglish it, living like out of them. Okay, it's in trifluclopirazine.
The Spanish accent, it'll be faster.
Trifluclopirazine. Okay. All right. It's also in solvent for case. Oh shit. Dairy contains casein. I have to do some reading. Oh my god. Okay, it's in a so it's a solvent for casein, albumin, and shellac. It's in surfactants, emulsifiers, and dispersants. Surfactants are the little, they're what make kids go, ooh, when you put bubbles in the bubble bath. They're what make you think that your hair is getting super, super clean because your hair is sudsing, because that's what we've been convinced with, really good marketing. And it's what makes soap get sudsy on our hands. So I'm allergic to like almost every soap for two reasons. Textile dye assist compounds. It's in topical medications. Those include antibacterial creams, antifungal creams, antihistamine medications, eye drops. This includes ketotifen. I asked my compounding pharmacist tonight. This includes contact drops. I wore contacts for years. This includes any kind of this includes all eye drops. Okay. Motion sickness medications, except for the one listed here, which is dimenhydrinate Dramamine. That one apparently is safe for people with motion sickness who have this allergy. Okay. It's also April. Let me know if you want to go live on the channel. It's also in the old version of Mycolog cream, or it can also be still found present in like generic versions, OTC, over the counter. Order them from various websites that no longer seem to have 2-day shipping, whatever. Not bitter. Veterinary preparations, super important if you work with animals, if you have a farm, if you're a vet tech, if you're a groomer, if your dog is sick and needs medications. Time to watch out for that. Okay. Nose drops, some generic nystatin trimonoclone creams, steroid creams, and tincture of methylate, urethane foam catalysts also. So this is from contactinstitute.com, and I will make sure that I include this in the description box when I get a chance to go in and catch up. But that's just part one. All right. No fluoroquinolone antibiotics. I'm not sure what you mean. You mean like no, like please say no, or like no, like it's not in there, or like I just need some context. All right, I'm gonna end this live, and I'm going to start live 2. in just a few minutes because I have to pull out. Look at, see this? Yeah. Yeah. We're going to read a little bit more about ethylenediamine dichloride. Please never take them like Cipra or Levaquin. I can't take them because I'm allergic to them. So even if I could, even if my doctor said you need these, I can't. Literally, I can only take diphenhydramine. I'm allergic to everything else. Literally, I'm allergic to every other antihistamine. I have mast cell activation syndrome, anaphylaxis to latex, coconut, banana, avocado, poinsettia plants, mesquite, which is a legume. Can't go into hardware stores. Can't go into like fix-it stores, like the big ones. Can't go into party stores, like party supply stores. And yeah, my only options are diphenhydramine and epi. So I believe I did take Cipro maybe once, but I can't. It's been a very long time. All right, everybody on YouTube, please, thanks. Please like, please comment, please share, please hit the like button and the subscribe button if you're interested in learning more, because basically I am just basically using myself as like ground zero for like researching everything I can that may apply to myself and or other people, because let me tell you, when I got diagnosed with this stuff, I had no idea what it was, and it took me a very long time to learn what I needed to be careful with, because that what I just read isn't even the all-inclusive list. All right, so we're going to come back and we're going to do a part 2 in a minute. So again, Pauline, Chronically Spicy, like, share, subscribe, and comment. Let me know what you want me to talk about next. And if you'd like to go live with me and we can research something together for you. Have a good night, and I'll see you. Well, have a good next few